The Democrat Party is on the verge of a civil war, a Tea Party-style insurrection that could cripple the party for years. So says government-funded newsine Politico, adding, quote, Democrats should be very afraid. In short, most Democrat voters think the party has gone off the deep end between infinite genders, open borders, and hug a criminal cities. But there's a very vocal minority who thinks the party is not crazy enough, that it needs to go all in against Trump, no matter if the policies are popular. The Civil War came to a head recently when Democrat Senate leader Chuck Schumer bent the knee to Trump on the prospect of a government shutdown. Now, Chuck had to kneel since a shutdown would lay off hundreds of thousands of government workers who are the true base of the Democrat Party. Alas, many of the 95% of Democrat voters who are not government workers are happy to shut down the government. After all, it's Donald Trump's government. Now, inter-party fights are common in political parties. In a sense, every political party is a permanent civil war between its voters and its special interests. The voters want good things, the special interests want bad things, and the special interests usually win because money talks in Washington. But that gulf is currently huge in the Democrat Party, and the progressives see their chance to go straight for the jugular. Now, last time this happened in the U.S. was the Tea Party movement in the Republican Party. These were Republican voters pissed off about the 2008 bank crisis and bailouts, and the corruption it represented in both parties. There was a fun moment in 2010 where an establishment Republican welcomed support from the Tea Partiers, only to be told this is not support, it is a takeover. And what a takeover it was. In just 8 years, we went from rhino candidates like John McCain and Mitt Romney to, by 2016, every leading candidate having Tea Party associations, from Ted Cruz and Scott Walker to, famously, Donald Trump. Meanwhile, establishment tool Jeb Bush flamed out on his tippy toes. Fast forward to today, and Trump has near universal support among Republican voters, while establishment Republicans lay low and hold on for dear life. Now, the kicker here is that the Tea Party takeover was initially crippling for the party because it meant knocking out long-standing incumbents with money machines and name recognition. This lost Republicans the House for 4 years, but it lost them the Senate for 8 years. In fact, until last November, 12 out of 14 swing state senators were Democrats. It should be 7. Montana and even Alabama, until recently, had Democrat senators. Georgia still has 2. In other words, insurrections invigorate a party, pulling it back to what voters want, but it costs you power in the meantime. So what's next? Brought to you by OnChain.com. The most progressive wings of the Democrat Party are doing everything they can to gin up a left-wing Tea Party, with Bernie Sanders and AOC currently on tour. If they succeed, they could deliver a midterm victory for Trump that he could use to lock his policies into law. More important, while the Tea Party brought the Republican Party closer to voters, a Democrat Tea Party pushing radical socialism and identity politics of Bernie and AOC could actually drive away centrist Democrats, permanently crippling the party. This is already happening, so Elon, Joe Rogan, RFK, Tulsi are all, after all, former Democrats. The country would benefit from 2 sane parties, but Dems may be about to go even crazier. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.